Hello friends, welcome to our channel STLT Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Today here I am going to discuss about LT straight through joint mold type. Here L is equal to total length of cable to be prepared is equal to length of mold plus 152 mm for overlap. LM length of outer sheath inside mold. LA length of armor of PVC or XLPE cable. LI length of inner sheath. Here is figure 1. First measure the length of mold is equal to LM. Place the cables so that they overlap each other by 152 mm and mark the center line of overlap. Apply PVC tape at a distance of L by 2 from the center line of overlap. This is L by 2. This is PVC tape. Here is the PVC tape and here is the L by 2 distance and this is the 152 mm approximate. This is the center line. Okay, next. Now here is figure 2. Figure 2. For PVC or XLPE cable, cut and maintain the dimensions of outer sheath, armor and inner sheath. Refer the table below. Here is the PVC tape. Here is LM. LM means length of outer sheath inside the mold. LA length of armor of PVC or XLPE cable. LA. LI length of inner sheath. Here is XLPE core, XLPE or PVC core, insulated core. Now here is the table. Cable size in square mm of 3.5 core. Here is 25 by 35 square mm, 50 square mm, 70 square mm, 95 square mm, 120 by 150 square mm, 185 square mm, 225 square mm, 240 square mm, 300 square mm, 400 square mm, 500 square mm, 625 square mm, and L in mm, 305 mm, 385 mm, 405 mm, 455 mm, 585 mm, 605 mm, 625 mm, 665, 705 mm, 755 mm, 805 mm, 855 mm, LM in mm, and length of outer sheath inside the mold. 20 mm, 25 mm, 25 mm, 30 mm, 30 mm, 30 mm, 40 mm, 50 mm, 50 mm, 50 mm, 60 mm, 60 mm. LA in mm. LA means length of armor of PVC or XLPE cable. Here it is 35 mm, 40 mm, 45 mm for 70 square mm cable, 50 mm for 95 square mm cable, 60 mm, 60 mm, 60 mm, 60 mm, 60 mm, 70, 70, 80. Li means length of inner sheath. This inner sheath. Li. 10 mm, 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 15 mm, 15 mm, 15 mm, 20 mm, 20 mm. This is LM, this is LA, this is Li. LM means length of outer sheath inside mold. LA length of armor of PVC or XLPE cable. Li length of inner sheath. Okay. Next, this is I show just one side of cable dressing and preparation. This is outer sheath LM inside the mold. First, I give a binding wire, GI binding wire in the outer sheath of the cable. Next, remove the outer sheath up to GI binding wire. In figure 3, the outer sheath is removed. Next, in figure 4, remove the binding wire from the outer sheath and give it to the armor and at a distance LA on the armor. Remove the binding wire from outer sheath and apply the binding wire at a distance LA. Next, remove the armor strips up to binding wire Y. This is Y. All the armor strips are removed so that the distance XY is equal to LA. The armor in between the mold. Remove inner sheath up to Li. Distance Li. This is the inner sheath. The inner sheath is removed up to Li. After Li, all the inner sheath is removed. Fan out the strips, wires of armor and insert backup ring on inner sheath. This is the backup ring. The backup ring prevents the clamping pressure being transmitted to the cords beneath the inner sheath. The backup rings prevent the pressure on the cords from the clamp, which is stay on the armor. Okay. Next, this is figure 7. Reposition the armor strips over the backup ring and fold back the armor strips covering approximately half the clamp wide. This is the clamp. This is stay on the armor and the armor strips just like this, fold back covering approximately half the clamp wide. Next, figure 8, separate out the cords and align them face to face and cut the extra length of cords which are overlapped. Then remove the insulation of cord half ferrule length plus 10 mm. This is the cord length, which is half ferrule length plus 10 mm. This is the two portion of the cable which will be jointed. Okay. Next, figure 9. Connect the face by using ferrules and crimp them properly with crimping machine and apply rubber insulation sheet and ensure that the sheet will cover the insulation 25 mm both sides of ferrule. Then apply 2 layers of non-adhesive PVC tape over the rubber insulating sheet. Join the insulated earthware with clamps. This is the insulated earthware in red color, insulated earthware, which is jointed with 2 clamps. This is the 2 clamps. This is PVC tape, earthing clamp. This is earthing clamp, crimp ferrule by crimping machine, rubber insulated sheath, PVC outer sheath, rubber insulating sheet, and this is the PVC NA means non-adhesive tape 2-layer over rubber insulating sheet. Okay, next figure 10. Cut the mold entry according to overall dia of cable. Here is the mold entry. This is the mold. This is the mold entry. This is the mold entry. Cut the mold entry according to overall dia of cable. Put the lower half of mold around the joint. The joint should be here in this portion. And see that the joint centrally of the mold. Now fix the top half of the mold so that the risers place over the earthing clamps. Here is the risers, 2 risers. These are placed on the earthing clamps. And pouring gate at the center of the joint. Here is the pouring gate which should be at the center of the joint. Here is the pouring gate. And make it totally leak proof by fixing sponge sheet over outer sheet of cable such a way that half of the width of the sponge sheet will remain outside the mold and fix sponge sheet on the flange of top and bottom half. The sponge sheet should be here, and this is the flange. This is the flange. The sponge sheet should be also here in between the two halves on the flange of the bottom half and between the top and bottom half sponge sheet. For this is used for leak proof. And hold bottom and hold bottom the halves with mold holding clips. This is mold holding clips. This is the clips. This is the clips. Now mix the cable jointing resin and hardener to form a uniform mixture. After mixing, immediately pour the compound in the joint through the pouring gate completely. Now the joint is ready for use. This will take some time, 15 to 30 minutes, depends on the manufacturer's solution to hard the joint, the mold. Okay, thank you. If you think the video is useful to you, then please share it to your friends and subscribe our channel. Okay, thank you, bye, see you next time.